Hi guys, welcome to week 2 of our spooky sampler sew along. This week we are going to work on our 4 jack-o'-lantern blocks. They're adorable. They're done with 2 different prints if you're following the original fabric instructions. I've got my mummy jack-o'-lanterns and my orange text jack-o'-lanterns. I have already pieced 3 of them as I wanted to do some tried and true and make sure I knew what I was telling you guys. So I've got 3 done, as you can see next to the quilt my daughter is still thinking about putting together. But she likes having it on the design board, so there it is. Okay, so for this week, we get to play with all directional fabric if you're using the Ghouls and Goodies fabrics as specified in the pattern. If you're not, these are a whole lot easier for you. So directional fabric is a lot of fun. I love the effect that it has on blocks, but it can be a little bit tricky and we get to put some extra effort into getting things right. So first of all, we have a lot of flip and stitch corners and they are directional. And so you just kind of have to play with getting things going the right direction. So if I have this big strip that's the top of my jack-o'-lantern and I need to do 2 flip and stitch corners to, round them off, you have to kind of play with this. You put them right sides together. Vertical on vertical is not the way to go, by the way. You need to turn it 90 degrees. The question is, which corner are you working on to tell you which direction to turn it? The best way to go, you guys, I can give you some written hard and fast instructions, but really it's going to be easier for you to understand if you just put it on, pinch it, fold it up, and say, does that look right? And it does. In this case, it's vertical. The spiders are going that way, and so we've got it right. But if I went to the other side, because I'm going to go the other direction, if I did it the same, my spiders would be upside down. So in that case, I have to turn it the 180 degrees. So really, my best tip on this, lay it out, put it down, pinch it, fold it over, and say, does that look right? And if it does, stitch it down. Okay, that's all there is to this one. For blocks like this, I do a lot of this kind of piecing because it's my favorite. And so I have a cutting mat right next to my machine. I'm sitting here at my machine table. You can't see it. But I have a mat right here that has my fantastic block on it. I'm going to show you. He's all right here, all laid out. Sorry, I'm using my fancy smancy, not really fancy filming equipment at home. All laid out. I have my machine, and right here I have my pressing mat. And so I'm all set to go. I lay out the block completely because then I can work on segments and keep putting them back where they go. It keeps me from losing pieces. It keeps me from accidentally putting, like on the block with the eyes, we have a square and a rectangle the same height. And what it's going to do is it's going to keep me from putting those in the wrong place. So I love to leave things laid out. When I just did the 3 of these all at once, they were all 3 stacked, laid out on my cutting mat right here. So I really believe that laying it out will help keep you organized. In that case, I don't really think you need all the stickers or the alphabeties or whatever it is because it's laid out and it's where it goes. And then I start and I do all my flip and stitch corners, snowballed corners, whatever it is that you call them, and my half square triangles. And after that, it's just a matter of assembling rows. Now for the half square triangles on this one to make the eyes, you guys. They're really cute. If you read the pattern, what you'll notice is that you are making twice as many half square triangles as you need. And the reason for that is to get the directions correct because you need both items vertical. And as you know, if you use the 2 at a time half square triangle method, you will get one of them right. The other one will be the opposite. So just as an example, I want to show you from the 3 that I just did, my extra half square triangles. While they do come together to make our fantastic little eyeball, for our jack-o'-lantern, everything's upside down. And so that's how half square triangles work. 2 of them will be right side up, 2 of them will be upside down. And when we're doing pinwheels or anything else, that's absolutely not a problem. But in this case, these ones aren't usable in this. I'm going to save them and I'm going to do something fun with them later because who doesn't need some cute Halloween pinwheels or something? So I'll use them another time. So when you're going to get the directions right on your half square triangles, use the same method as on the easy corner ones. Lay it down, make sure one direction is going to get you what you need. You need two that the black face is left and two that the black face is right. And so pay attention to that, you guys. I know it's really kind of tricky to get that right with the directional stuff, but it's worth it. If you have no use for that spare extra half square triangle, the other thing you can do is do the one at a time method. Get it exactly where you want it, line it up, sew your seam straight down the middle, and cut off the excess, and then you have plenty of room to trim it up, and it's exactly how you want it, and you don't have an extra pile of half square triangles. So either method works. I believe in squaring up half square triangles. In fact, when I cut mine, and I apologize for not mentioning this last week, but they're like 2 3/8 or something like that. And I cut mine 2 1/2 because I really believe in squaring up half square triangles to make them as accurate as possible. But I'm kind of an accuracy nut that way. But I really, really would encourage you to trim them and make sure that they're accurate, because when we're doing pieces like this and we end up having 6 pieces in a row or 5 pieces in a row, and they have to get sewn down to the next row that is one solid piece, if we get off in all those little seams, things won't match up. So trim, square things up. It's totally worth it. And just pay close attention if you are using the directional fabric. It's worth it. The effect is really cool. I don't think I've ever done a block before, to be honest with you, that has all 3 prints being directional. So that was a fun extra little challenge. But I hope to see your guys' finished jack-o'-lantern blocks today. There are 4 of them, not today, this week, just sometime this week. There are 4 of them, and they can get sewn together in their sets of 2 if you feel so inclined. There's a sashing strip that goes between them. And we'll get all ready for next week. Next week we're going to do the ghosts, which are less tricky a little bit, and they'll be really cute too, and they're going to go alongside our jack-o'-lanterns. So thanks for joining me. Post your pictures, hashtag spooky sampler SAL. Tag me if you'd like. That's always fun. I love to make that, helps me make sure that I see them. And have a good week and happy sewing. We'll see you later.